ओम शांति शांति शांति। Namaskar. Once again, a hearty welcome to you all for this Be With Yoga and Be at Home webinar series being organized by Ministry of Ayush in collaboration with 5 leading yoga institutions of the country, namely the Art of Living, the Yoga Institute, Santa Cruz, Kaival Dham, Lonaval, Arham Dhyan Yoga, Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram, Chennai, and it is being coordinated by Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga, a premier yoga institution under the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. So during the last few days, we have witnessed very enlightening talks and useful practical sessions by the scholars and experts of these 5 leading yoga institutions. Today we are very fortunate to have a very renowned experts from Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram. Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram is one of the premier yoga institution well known for its Vinyoga and Vinyasa Yoga. The unique technique has been developed by KYM. It was established by TKV Deshikacharya, a renowned yoga master and a proud son and disciple of the great yogi Sri Krishnamacharya ji in the year 1976. KYM is among the premier centers of yoga and yoga therapy in India. Be it for general wellness or for yoga therapy or yoga teacher training programs or Vedic chanting, KYM is well known for its holistic health promotive approaches, and during the last more than a decade, and especially after the introduction of International Day of Yoga, so the MDNY and Ministry of Ayush acknowledge the contribution of KYM providing the quality programs through various medias. Today we have our very senior most Yogacharya Sri Sridharan ji, the mentor and direct disciple of Sri TKV Deshikacharya ji. He is presently the trustee, yoga therapy consultant, and is a prime mentor of KYM. He became a student of TKV Deshikacharya in the year 1980s and learned the essence of yoga in the Gurukul style directly for more than 3 decades. He is taking the lessons and also he is teaching, that is the unique combination. So he took yoga on full-time basis in 1998. In 2002, he was directed to take the position of managing trustee of Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram, and this brought him to the limelight in the world of yoga. He has represented India in the World Yoga Festivals in China, UK, and has authored a book which gives the biographical sketch of the founder T. Krishnamacharya ji in Tamil. So there are many attributes for the teachings and skills developed by Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram. So we are very fortunate to have once again our beloved Sri Sridharan ji. I heartily welcome you, and also I welcome you all. I do hope once again, as usual, this the present webinar is also going to be very useful and fruitful to motivate us to practice yoga and celebrate the International Day of Yoga 2021 very befitting and meaningful manner. So once again, welcome to you all. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Namaskaram. Welcome to session 2 of Mantra Yoga, the series of webinars on Be at Home, Be with Yoga. In the first session, I gave an introduction to mantras and also the usage of mantra by way of hearing as well as by way of practicing, not necessarily in synchronization with the recitation of the mantras, but by hearing it. In both the cases, as I have said, they are expected to bring in an amount of focus and a calmness. Now today, we will see mantra in asana, the use of mantras in asana. As we all know, the practice part of the yoga is called Ashtanga Yoga, which is described in detail by Patanjali in his Yoga Sutra. It consists of asana, pranayama, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, along with yama and niyama. In fact, generally it is stated as yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. Yama and niyama are disciplines. Then comes asana. What is this asana? First, we will just see. Asana is a Sanskrit word. It generally means to be in. But it will not give you exactly the meaning required for the present purposes, particularly in the segment as a tool. Then we need to go to teachers, commentators to find out the meaning. Our teacher, Sri T. Krishnamacharya, says, in the context of the Ashtanga Yoga, the word asana can be understood to be Sharira Anga Vinyasa. Nyasa, placing. Vinyasa, specially placing what? Sharira Anga, parts of the body. Placing the parts of the body in various ways is asana. That is the present way of understanding the word asana. Nava Sharira Samskara, another word he uses. We are used to keeping the body in a particular way. That is the samskara, conditioning. If you can see, if you can see someone will sit in a particular way, and that is the way in which the body is conditioned for individuals. Nava, new. So we are trying to break that conditioning and bring in a new conditioning. There is a purpose behind that. So I first wanted to say what is asana. Yoga Sutra says Sthira Sukham Asana. It actually talks about two qualities of asana. Sthira, firmness, alertness, Sukha, at the same time with ease. Because there is an alertness, it should not lead to stiffness, and thereby the purpose of doing a posture will be lost. Now, in this Sthira Sukham Asana, which talks about the characteristics of the asana, another sutra says Prayatna Shaitilya Ananta Samapatibhyam. This is also achieved. This should be achieved by removing the hurdles. Shaitilyam, hurdles, prayatna, special efforts. The special efforts should not result in defeating the characteristics. So they should be removed. Prayatna Shaitilya Ananta Samapatipyam. So the alertness as well as the Sukha, both also relate to mental state. They should also be achieved, and that can be achieved by keeping a mind Ananta Samapati, on Ananta. All teachers, commentators talk about Ananta Adishesha or on the Supreme Being, etc. The first part, Prayatna Shaitilya, according to our teacher, says talks about breath. The use of breath in the postures, in asanas, makes the effort not defeat the purpose. The effort that we take to do a posture should not defeat the purpose of achieving the characteristics of sthira and sukha, particularly the sukha. So this can be achieved through breath, by the use of breath. And this is the authority for breathing in and breathing out in the posture and with a focus. Normal breathing is different. Here when we are in the posture, we breathe with a focus, and that will take care of finding out whether we have the sthira and sukha aspect in the posture. Ananta samapatibhyam, so we have to necessarily put our mind on the Supreme Being, on the teacher, or of any object or subject which will give calmness. So now we have some idea about this anga, one of the angas of the Ashtanga asana, which is very important. In fact, in today's context, most of us understand yoga as asana only, but it is only one of the angas, but it has a very important role to play. We talked about what is asana, then let us see why asana. Why should one do asana? Of course, it is a part of the Ashtanga Yoga, that is the answer. Beyond that, the Ashtanga Yoga itself, the sutras themselves give an idea. It says, after doing in fact, in the sutras which are related to asana in the Yoga Sutra are 3 in number. Sthira Sukham Asanam, which I explained. Prayatna Shaitilya Ananta Samapatipyam, I explained. Tato Dvandva Anabhigataha. By doing asana, the dvandvas are removed. Dvandvas are pairs of opposite. Generally, pairs of opposites are heat and cold, etc. The ability of the body to bear extreme heat and extreme cold could also be one reason, because the asana should give certain amount of strength in the body, certain changes in the body, but that is one aspect. Dvandva could also be looked at from this angle. See, the body has got 2 important characteristics. One is flexibility, another is strength. Both should be achieved, flexibility and strength. Is dvandva, and when the asana gives the body the ability to bear with the dvandvas, then there comes a situation where the practitioner will be able to sit or take a position of the body for a period of time without it interfering into the next activity. What is the next activity? Pranayama. Tasmin sati. So pranayama's beginning sutra, Tasmin sati shvasa prashvasayoho gati vikyetaha pranayama. So to go to Tasmin sati after practice of postures, not necessarily mastering, after practice of postures, in an extent that it will give the sthira sukha aspect, one will have to do pranayama. So asanas, one of the main purposes of asana is to make ready the body as well as the breath for the pranayama, both body and breath. When we want the body and breath to be made ready for pranayama, what should we do? We should include the breathing, conscious breathing in the postures. Conscious breathing in the postures. I will explain how this can be done. Now comes, so we talked about what is asana, we talked about why asana, then comes how asana. How? Asana can be just done, it's all, after all, we can see a picture, and by seeing the picture, by looking at the video, can we not do it? It is it is advisable to learn it under a teacher. Very, very important. It is risky to do asanas by looking at pictures, by seeing videos, etc. To be totally avoided. And it should be properly taken from a teacher, competent teacher. A teacher knows how to give the instructions, etc. In fact, the teacher will teach how one should do. This is a practical one. Asana has got the final position. In fact, that is called the asana. So we have got certain asanas like Uttanasana or otherwise called as Padahastasana. So this is a posture where the body will be in a particular position. It will be bent forward, the palms will be by the side of the feet, the forehead will be touching below the knee, and classical position is where the knees are not bent. But that is only possible for one who has got a good total flexibility of the body, without much of flesh in the stomach, etc. Now, so every posture has got a final posture. That is the name it represents. Padmasana, a way of sitting where the feet is put on the opposite feet are put on the thigh or the opposite thighs. Now, these postures will be reached from a particular position, which is often called samasthiti, the natural state of the body. From there, this will be reached in a particular way. In fact, reaching this in a particular way from one to the other is called vinyasa, movement here. The word vinyasa here is movement. So, from samasthiti, one will raise the hands to Tadasana, Lagu Tadasana, and then bend forward and touch the ground and reach the final posture. As I told you, this has to be learnt from a teacher only. Now, as we move forward, it is called dynamic. So we reach the position, stay for a few seconds and come back. This can be done for a lot of postures, and this is called a dynamic way of doing the postures. This is advisable because either for beginners or even for the advanced people, every day the body will be different. So it is advisable to take the body to that position, stay for a few seconds and come back. Find out how the body is before we make a damage to the body. So dynamically the posture, go to the posture, come back. It is done. And there will be a breathing combined with that. So in the case of this Padahastasana, Uttanasana, which is called a forward bend, there will be an exhalation. Exhalation will help in going that way. So as we exhale, we go to the posture and reach the posture. After reaching the posture, we stay there for a few seconds. On inhale, one comes back. And this inhalation coming back must be synchronized. Exhalation going down must be synchronized. The time taken should be the same. In fact, the breathing starts first, the movement immediately starts, movement ends, breath ends. The idea of such a synchronization will help in getting an attention. It will also help in finding out how our body is, make our focus on the posture well, and achieve the Sthira Sukha aspect of the asana. Now, the idea of doing dynamic is not to continuously be doing only in dynamic way, but to stay and get advantage of the postures. So in stay, one will be achieving the posture and take breaths there. When we take the breath there, in the case of Padahastasana, there will be a deep, good inhale, deep, long exhale. This posture aids in exhalation. So inhale is not done with a lot of effort. Inhale will be done with a little effort. But exhale will be done with an effort to see that good exhalation is achieved. So postures themselves will aid the breathing. So breathing has got two components, inhale and exhale. postures like this forward bend twist will help in aiding, exhalation will aid the posture. Postures will also make the exhalation longer. That is how they are working together to get into the Tasmin Sati position. Get ready for the pranayama. Now, the breath aspect will differ from individual to individual. Even postures, the way in which the posture will be there will also differ from individual to individual. Now, how long one will take to reach the posture? That will be decided by the length of the breath that is possible. So if someone has got an exhalation of 8 seconds, can exhale 8 seconds, the person will take 8 seconds to reach the posture. Now this is a forward bend and a posture helping in exhalation. There are postures will help in inhalation, Virabhadrasana. Or back or chest will help in breathing in or inhalation, Bhujangasana. So the postures are also divided as forward bend, back arch, side bend, twist, inversion, and the way in which the body is also placed, standing, seated, standing, supine, inversion, seated, kneeling, prone, and this way of classification has got a lot of importance. How many postures are there is the next question. There are a lot of postures. Now there are easily at least 100 postures or so which are used by a lot of almost all the schools, and the name will differ from one to the other. Some difference will also be found in the way in which a posture is done, and the final posture also. Some names will also change. But can we do postures in random? No, the postures are not done in random. There should be a goal, and the goal itself is decided by a posture. And the goal itself is decided by through a posture. For example, there are postures like Shirshasana, headstand, Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. They are all goal postures. One will attain the posture. For reaching the goal posture, in which the person will stay for a period to get advantage of it, there will be a preparation, and after completing the goal posture, one will have to come out. So, we call this as Purvanga, Pradhananga, Uttaranga. Purvanga is preparation, Pradhananga is the main posture, goal posture. Uttaranga is to come out, means do postures which will relieve the person from any impact on the body that has been created by the main posture, at the same time conserve the good effects of the posture. And postures or main postures are chosen according to the individual's requirement. And for the purpose of our present practice session, I am choosing a posture called Mahamudra, which is stated in Hatha Yoga Pratipika and is considered to be one of the best postures. Actually, it comes under the segment of Mudra, which is in the 3rd chapter, but it is a posture by resembling it is a posture in which there is a good possibility for doing deep breathing, which includes even bandhas. So one can choose Mahamudra. In fact, the effects of the Mahamudra is so good, it states it will even remove all illnesses. It will remove illnesses relating to abdomen. It will also help in making the 3 doshas, humors, control. Also, it is supposed to even help in removing the kleshas. Such is the great effect of Mahamudra. So for preparation, we will have a few postures. Achieve the goal of being in Mahamudra take at least six breaths on either side, and then do a few one or two counter postures and end the particular course. In this case, how does mantra help? Now, I have already introduced the concept of mantra and said manana trayate iti mantraha. That syllable or word or a small sentence which when uttered with the reflection that this will help me, protects the person. That reflection is also important. And I have very clearly said mantras have to be received from a teacher as an initiation. And mantras, I told you in the first session also, that there are mantras which are taken directly from the Vedas called Vaidika mantras, and teachers can also coin mantras who are of the high stature like Krishnamacharya, Acharyas. They will coin the mantras. There are simple syllables which are also mantras and which have a greater impact. For example, I want to talk about one mantra called Ram. This is very largely known, like Om. Ram is also known. The difference is Ram is a mantra where, apart from it is talking about a god, that is one aspect. The Ram has got two parts. Our teacher used to say, Ra is Agni Bija. It helps in burning the impurities of the system. Ma helps in preserving Amritam. So Ra, as we say Ra, we can see that the tongue twists and creates a fire. So Rama, the very utterance of the word Ram, Rama, makes the burning of the impurities better and preservance of the Amrita. We have the Amrita inside, immunity in other words. Now this Rama can be made into a mantra. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. When the word Namaha is added, it becomes also the mantra. Namaha means to prostrate. Here the word Ramaya, to the Rama. So we are addressing the Supreme Being as Rama here, and the word Ram has got some powerful effect of removing impurities and restoring Amrita in us. So this can be taken as a mantra. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. So this has got a particular amount of time, and this is called Kala. So what happens is, this Kala aspect of the breath in the posture is taken care of. Supposing someone has got a breath of about 5 to 6 seconds. So one mantra like Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha can help. And if we have to do twice that, we will have to repeat the mantra 2 times. But mantras are highly personal and have to be initiated by a teacher. Ideally, the teacher will choose and give the mantra. In fact, when giving the mantra, apart from looking at the individual's characteristics, the idea of the breath will also be taken into account. The capacity of breath. Now, why there is so much about individuality is, the individuals are completely different at the physical level. We are also made up of vibrations ourselves, and the mantras have vibrations and they have to sing together. And also, apart from that, some mantras can give an excitement, Brahmana effect. Some mantras can give Langana effect. Some mantras will give Samana, equal aspect. So if a particular person at the point of time needs a Brahmana, the Brahmana mantras will be chosen. So the mantra will have to be chosen based on the faith, the belief of the person, and whether the person is open for that, is ready, qualified, and the length of the breath, and the present state of body and mind. So one will have to take it only from a teacher again. But presently, for the purpose of our practice session, we will choose the mantra Ram Ram Ramaya Namaha. With this mantra, we will see how we can build a small course with Mahamudra as the main posture and also to come out of it. In Mahamudra, one will stay for a particular number of breaths, like 6 breaths each side. And as they are doing this, they will recite the mantra. So the synchronization is very important here. As they go into the breathing, first they will start inhaling, then start the mantra mental recitation. Mantra ends, the breath will end. And there will be a gap, a small gap, which is called a pause. And when we are doing practicals in a larger segment like this, it is better to avoid hold, because hold will have its impact. So we will make a free flow of an inhale, pass, exhale, pass, like that. So with this background, we will be giving you in the next segment, practice segment, we will give you a course where with a demo you can see someone doing, and if you propose to do also, it would be ideal to first see the videos and then do that later. By seeing the video, you should not practice. By seeing at the video, you should not practice, because if you see the video and then you have to bend forward, you may fall. So ideally it is to only hear the instruction and do the postures. So what we will do is, we will give you a video demo. After seeing the video demo, we will start saying practice now. Then hearing the command, you will start practicing. That is the ideal way to do. Be warned about it. Don't look at the video and practice. Video is only to guide you how to do it. We can even do the video for 2 rounds and just be looking at watching how it is. Then by hearing the instructions, you can practice. We are trying to make it very simple with very simple postures, which will be easy to be done. So this is the way mantra can be used in asana, and this will lead us to the mantra in pranayama, and that will lead us to mantra in dhyana. Generally, mantra yoga is understood to be doing dhyana with mantras, generally, but which will be coming into the last session of our series. But we can build it up from the beginning, because asanas lead to pranayama, pranayama leads to dhyanam. The same mantra can be used in all the 3. Same mantra can be used in all the 3 also. So with this, I will end this talk session on mantra in asana. What follows is the practical. Welcome to the practice session on mantra in asana. The practice session in asana will have Mahamudra as the goal posture, with a Purvanga or preparation by a few postures, and after Mahamudra, just one posture to come out of it, Paschimottanasana. We will have a demo, and the demo only you should see, and after the demo, you will be doing the practice based on the instructions. This is a bit important. The most important point to experience is to coordinate between breath, action, and mental recitation of the mantra. We will start. Please stand up. we will start with Tadasana. Lagu Tadasana, feet slightly apart, arms by the side. Exhale completely. Inhale, raise the arms by the side. Mentally recite Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Palms together, stretch up, pass. Exhale, lower the arms by the side. Mentally recite Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Now all of us will do the practice. I will only say inhale, exhale. So you will have to do the raising the arm, mental recitation. Get ready, stand up with feet slightly apart, arms by the sides. Exhale, inhale, Ram, Ram, Ramahaya, Namaha. Pause. Exhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Pause. Inhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Pause. Exhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Pause. Inhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Pause. Exhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Thank you. Now we will do Virabhadrasana. On both the sides, we will take 3 breaths. Geeta will now do the demo. In the same position, with both the legs on the floor, which is in Samatiti, put the left leg forward. Left leg forward. She will do one demo on one side. On the other side, we will do both the sides together we will do. Now exhale completely. Pause. Inhale, raise the arms by the front. Bend your left knee as you go up. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Palms together. Now in this 3 breaths, exhale, Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Inhale, Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Exhale, drop the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. In the demo, put the left leg backward. In the demo, she took 1 breath. All of us will now, when you are practicing, we will take 3 breaths. Get ready. Be in Samatiti with the feet slightly apart, arms by the side. Now, put 1 leg forward. Left leg forward. Exhale completely. Pause. Inhale, raise the arms by the front, bend the left knee. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Palms together. Now exhale in the position itself. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Inhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Exhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Pause. Inhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Pause. Exhale, drop the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Pause. Take the left leg backward. Go to Samasthiti. Now put your right leg forward. Left leg will be slightly turned out. Yes. Get ready. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Raise the arms by the front. Bend your right knee. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Palms together, stretch up, arch the back, pass, exhale. In the position itself. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pass. Inhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pass. Exhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pass. Inhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pass. Exhale, drop the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pass. Take the right leg backward. In the same position, just relax for a few seconds. We are going to do Uttanasana, sometimes called Padahastasana. We will just repeat 3 times. We will see the demo for once. Now get ready. Let the feet be in the same position, slightly apart. You will have to bend the knee also to secure the back. Exhale completely. Pass. Inhale, raise the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Stretch up path. This will be the position from which you will go down and come up. Exhale, bend forward, bend at the hip level. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Try to touch the ground. Bend your knees completely. Pass. If you're stiff, bend the knee. Inhale, raise the arms by the front. Arms will come first. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Stretch up. Pass. Exhale, lower the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Now the demo was once. We will do 3 times now. Get ready. In the same Samasthiti position, attain the Samasthiti now. Just hear the instructions and follow. If you want to see the demo, just stop, see the demo and then come back. Practice only by hearing the instructions. Get ready in Samasthiti. Exhale completely. Pass. Inhale, raise the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Stretch up path. Exhale, bend forward to touch the floor. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Path. Inhale, raise the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Stretch up, pass. Exhale, bend forward. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pass. Inhale, raise the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Stretch up, pass. Last time. Exhale, bend forward, mentally recite the mantra. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pass. Inhale, raise the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Stretch up. Pass. Exhale, drop the arms by the front. Don't bend forward. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pass, relax. Now take a lying position. and you will take half a minute rest by counting 30 to 1. Stretch yourself. Now, get ready. All of you will sit up and see the posture as done by the demo of Gita for one time, and then you will do this. We are going to do the posture called Dvipada. In the first stage, bring both the feet together, bend the knees, keep the feet on the ground slightly apart, arms very close to the body, palms down. This is the first position. In this, exhale completely. Pause. Inhale, raise your hip up and take the arms backward. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Pause. Exhale, lower your hip, bring your arms back near the body. Ram, Ram, Ramaya, Namaha. Pause. Now, all of you take the position in the supine position, bend the knees, place the feet on the ground, and look up. This is supine position. Get ready. Exhale completely. Pause. Inhale, raise your hip up, take the arms to the back. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Exhale, lower your hip, bring the arms back. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Second time. Inhale, Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Exhale, Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Third and last time. Inhale, Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Exhale, Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Stretch your legs. Take half a minute rest. From here, we will go straight to the main posture in seated position, which is Mahamudra. Take a few normal breaths. Thank you. Turn to the side. Please get up. And from the demo, you will see the posture and you will attain the posture and take three breaths on each side. Now, the first position is called Dandasana. Feet in front of you, stretched up, stretched straight. Looking in between, please see the demo once. In between the toes, bend the left knee and take the heel towards the body and put the knee down. That is the position. Now, the left palm will be just below the knee. First, right palm on top. chin down. This is Mahamudra, a modified version for all of us, modified. Now, in this exhale, pause, inhale, Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause, exhale, Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Now, we are all going to do 3 times. Please stretch the left knee forward now. Take your arms up on inhale. Stretch the left knee, right. Now I will ask the participants to get into please go into Dandasana. As you can see, Dandasana with feet, both the feet forward. Participants, please. Now from Dandasana, bend the left knee and take to the first position. Yes. Feet, yeah. Put the knee down. Put the knee down. And the heel will be, yeah. Now, the left palm will be on the right knee. Right palm will be on top. Attain the position. Chin down. Get ready. Exhale completely. Pause. Inhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Exhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Inhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Exhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Last breath. Inhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Exhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. On inhale, raise the arms up. Stretch up straight, make a straight and drop arms on exhale. Put your left leg forward. Bend your right knee. Take it near the body. Put the right knee down. Now, the right palm will be on the left knee below, left palm on top, chin down, eyes closed. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Exhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Inhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Exhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Inhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Exhale. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Inhale, raise the arms by the front. Pause. Exhale, drop the arms down. Stretch your leg forward. Now, we will do Paschimottanasana, which will be like a counter pose, last one. In the Dandasana position, you give the demo, palms on the knees, exhale completely. Inhale, raise the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Stretch up. Exhale, bend forward. Try to touch the toes, but you can bend the knees completely, both the knees. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Inhale, raise the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Exhale, drop the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. This is demo. Get ready. We will do 3 times. Repeat. Now, stretch the legs forward in Dandasana. Palms just below the knees. exhale completely. Inhale, raise the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Stretch up. Exhale, bend forward. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Inhale, raise your arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Exhale, bend forward again. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Inhale, raise the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Third and last time. Exhale, bend forward. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Pause. Inhale, raise the arms by the front. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. Exhale, drop the arms by the front to the knees, touch the knees. Ram, Ram, Ramaya Namaha. The practice is over. Now keep both the palms, both the legs into folded position, Sukhasana, and just take a minute rest by counting 60 to 1 downwards. Thank you.
Namaskar. I take this opportunity to express my deep sense of thanks to Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, Director Morarji Desai, National Institute of Yoga, Dr. I.V. Baswa Reddy sir, for organizing webinar series Be with Yoga, Be at Home to observe IDY 2021. On this occasion, on the behalf of Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga and entire organizing team, I extend my sincere thanks to Yogacharya S. Sridharan Sarji for enlightening today's session on the topic Mantra in Asana. The session was full of knowledge and information how asana practice can be deepened with the application of mantra with its bhava. Thanks a lot, sir, for sparing your very valuable time with us and also sharing knowledge on the topic. All the participants are very much blessed to have you, sir. Thank you very much. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.